Dear taxpayer, it's Tax Tuesdays with Elite Advisory. It's Lonel again, your favorite tax person. So today we are looking at provisional tax. Provisional tax is a prepaid tax. What is a prepaid tax essentially? So let's say you are an individual taxpayer, you earn a salary, and usually with people who earn a salary, you already know what income you're going to be earning for the year. So let's say, for example, your annual salary that you get, your cost to company is 300,000 Rand for the year. You already know what your income is going to be for that year. So what employers usually do, they can already predetermine what your tax liability is going to be based off of the SARS tax tables, based off of whether you are on a medical aid, whether you have a provident fund. And so therefore, you can already predetermine what your liability is going to be. So what SARS then says is, okay, instead of you paying like a lump sum, let's say for example, your tax liability is 60,000 Rand, instead of you waiting for a full tax year to pass, and then you pay a lump sum of 60,000 Rand, SARS says, why don't we get your employer to then deduct this on a monthly basis? So one of the prepaid taxes that you get is pay as you earn, which is what you will see on your salary slip on a monthly basis. The other type, which is I would say, the less known type, is provisional taxes. So provisional taxes usually apply to companies, right? And individuals who either run a business, right? Let's say if you're a salaried earner and you have an additional income and carrying on a trade, a business, or you're earning additional income from dividends, interest, foreign dividends, or rental income from properties exceeding 30,000 Rand for the year. So here's the catch with provisional tax. SARS won't tell you that you are a provisional taxpayer. So what you would have to do is determine whether you are one or not. And that's usually where the tricky part gets in, because most people either carry on a business, whether it's a side hustle, they're making more than 30,000 Rand a year, and they are earning this income, but they're not aware that they could be provisional taxpayers. So provisional tax returns get submitted every 6 months, right? So if you are an individual and your tax year runs from March to February, so your first provisional tax return that you have to submit would be in August, and the second one would be in February, right? If you are a company, you would have to submit your provisional tax returns every 6 months. So companies are different in that their tax years are determined by their financial year. So if you have a company whose financial year end is in June, that means that your first provisional tax return would be submitted in December and the second one would be submitted in June. Trusts are also deemed to be provisional taxpayers, and trusts have the same tax years as individuals, which run from March to February, and therefore trusts provisional tax returns would also be in August and February of every year.